I'm doing a short day hike on the Cumberland Trail, starting at Black Mountain and going south. And behind me, you can probably see is a wonderland of rocks, an amphitheater of these huge, giant boulders. And I'm doing the Below the Bluff Trail right now. And then we'll follow the Cumberland Trail on to Windlass Cave, I think is where I'm going to go, and then hike back to the trailhead, which pretty much is near the top of Black Mountain, with incredible views looking out on a pretty nice day. Some clouds, but lots of blue sky. Going to rain later on today. Here's the trailhead for the section I'm doing. Big paved parking lot. There's a tower there, a communications tower, and the trail for a little ways anyway is a paved trail. After just a short distance, there's this kiosk with a bunch of signs and maps and so forth, and I think at this point I've reached the Cumberland Trail, which continues on up that way, and there's an old chimney there, so there must have been a house here at one time, and maybe down there is the spring house for that house. And I think the trail I'm going to go on is the Below the Cliffs Trail, going out, and you can come back on the trail to the right there. So straight ahead here is the Below the Cliffs Trail. Here's the spring house. And some good water running out of it, so if you wanted to camp, this would be a place to go. Unfortunately, somebody left a little garbage there, but you can hear the water coming out. Just past the spring house is another chimney and the foundations of another house. So there must have been a small community of people up here at one time. And just past the second house, there's a wonderland of huge boulders. Not sure whether this is the main trail or a side trail, but I think it'll probably go down and connect with the other trail that went by the house and second house and down. But incredible, beautiful rocks. Sandstone rocks. All over the side of the mountain here. And then here, I guess we drop down to the trail that runs along the Below the Bluffs, it's called. At this point, I'm definitely below the bluffs. Giant cliffs above me, and this trail that runs along below the bluffs. And I think right down there is the main trail. This is a side trail. And here's a nice dry place if it were raining. Some graffiti, obviously. And more water. There's a spring coming down here also. Whoa. And again, beautiful moss-colored rock there, and more big bluffs, and the top of the mountain up there. And here's the main trail, the below the bluff trail that I've walked down to, and I'm going to now follow it. Continuing along the below the bluff trail, and this will give you an idea of what the other trail, I guess maybe the main route, which is along the top of the mountain, and it comes along the top of that bluff right there, and then I think there's a side trail out to that big outcropping promontory point bluff right there. So I'll be coming back that way, but I'm going out below the bluffs, and right here between two giant rocks. Here's another view of the top of the mountain, with the main trail being up there. And again, I think that promontory is right there that a trail goes out to, although it might be back up there. But I'll go out and see it later on. And continuing along the below the bluff trail, just an incredible number of rocks above this trail. And here's the junction, the main Cumberland Trail going south. There's a blaze there. Comes from the left and goes to the right. And you really can't see it very well, but there's a bluff there. And I think there's some stairs up there somewhere that get you up to the top of the bluff. Here's the campsite I wanted to check out. A little level spot on the side of the mountain. It doesn't look like any water at all. You'd have to carry water down from above. And the main trail goes on down that ridge right there. Came off that a long descent, a mile or so down, down, down. And here it's leveling off in a gap. There's the trail blaze, and the Windlass cave is, I think, on the other side of this gap. The gap is there, and up there's the cave somewhere. Getting close to the cave, sure looks like cave country, all these rocks. And here's the junction. Cumberland Trail goes that way, and the trail to the cave goes off to the right. Don't know what that yellow blaze is for. And again, up there is Black Mountain. Got a good ways to go back up for sure. Actually, the yellow blazes are for the trail to the cave, which is down in that gully there. Can't really hear it, but there's water. I can just barely hear it under these rocks that goes on down the valley where the cave is. And looking down on the valley where the cave is, actually there's a really nice creek flowing into the cave. You can hear it there and see it. And here's the cave. Good place to stay if it were raining, of course, but you're not supposed to go in it per that sign there, which means that there's a disease, I guess, that's killing the bats, and they don't want people spreading it. And looking back up the way from whence I came, Black Mountain up that way. And here's the creek. The creek comes down that little valley there and continues on down and disappears in Windlass Cave there. So looking at Windlass Cave from above, there's the cave and the little valley and the creek coming down that valley there. Okay, I started around 12. It's close to 2:30 right now. Just finished looking at Windlass Cave, and I guess Windlass Creek maybe, and heading back up. It's going to take longer going up because it's a long slug up to the top of Black Mountain, way up there to my left. Looking back down at the trail I'm coming up, and a huge kind of flat top mountain there. I'll have to look it up and see what the name of that one is. Well, I've come well over a half a mile from the cave. Still have a long way to go to the top of the mountain up there somewhere. Well, I'm back to where I had lunch around 1:30, leaning against that log right there, and right above me is a cliff. It's pretty much covered by dirt, but I have to go back to the right, I guess, and over it, and then onward and upward. Well, here's the below the bluff trail that I came in on coming from the right there. And the Cumberland Trail goes straight, as indicated by those shadows, to those cliffs. It's kind of nice. There's a white cloud indicating the top of the cliffs. Getting closer to the bluffs. And you can see a white blaze up there on the tree, and I think the trail goes right into that chasm there, the dark area. So the trail does go right into this gorge, chasm, whatever, cleft in the rocks. And the two blazes there indicate a junction or turn. And somebody's illegally camped up here, I guess. Good campsite, protected from the wind. And there we go, up that narrow passageway there, and at the end there are some steps. This is the back side to the left of those rocks where the trail goes up the stairs, but just a wonderland of sandstone boulders, big ones everywhere. And back there to the left is where the stairs are. It's getting late. The sun's up there, but going to be setting in a little while. Well, that's quite a climb. Here's the view looking back down. There's apparently a southern and northern overlook, which I walked below previously. And here's the southern one. I'm walking out on the southern overlook. Sun just came out. It's been behind clouds some. And there's been a cool wind up higher all afternoon. Down below it wasn't as hard or as cold. And you can hear the wind blowing now. Maybe you can't hear me talking even. But here's the end of the overlook. And the trail I was on before is down there somewhere. The top of the mountain here is a wonderful place. And here's the northern overlook. And there's a person over there, first person I've seen. Hello.
Oh, hi.
Well, around 5 o'clock, I'm back at the trail junction. The main trail comes down that way, and that's the way I came down. But going out, I took the below the bluff trail. There's the old spring house, and somewhere over there's the other chimney. And of course, there's the first one I saw. It would be interesting to, if the chimneys could talk, all the things that happened in the house that was associated with that chimney. And then the one over there somewhere. And just now the sun is setting. Well, I'm just about to the trailhead. It's just right over there. It's a little after 5 o'clock. And a great hike. A lot of good things to see. So only that one woman just back a ways at the north overlook doing yoga, and no wildlife hardly at all. 2 squirrels I think was about it. No birds, no insects, not much. It's getting cooler now, but pleasant for hiking. And mileage wise, I'm not sure. Great hike. I would recommend it. The Cumberland Trail is wonderful. I'm on the board of the Cumberland Trail Council, and they're doing a great job of building, maintaining these trails. I was worried about getting caught in the rain because rain was predicted to start around 4 to 5 o'clock, but it's obviously running late. But there's the sunset and the coming storm to the right of it as I'm driving off of Black Mountain.